For the wait.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. I feel kind of bad for stopping you from
Say that
talking.
again?
I feel kind of bad that you had to stop with talking with Riku because
So, no,
yeah.
everything I do is to pay it forward to the opportunities that I was given,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So that, like,
Thanks.
that's why I do this. That's not bullshit. So,
Yeah.
no, I'm here for you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
So, I
Let
have two songs. I know how you start. Like
Can you do me a favor? You're a little quiet. Mind turning it up a little bit?
even more. Okay. Let's look at here. Some
There you go.
bad audio might be, but I think
It's a
it's
little bit
fine,
better.
right?
Turn you
Yeah.
up a little bit
Okay.
on my end, okay? So
Yeah. Yeah.
why don't you sing a little something?
Yeah, I have Ed Sheeran, I See Fire, and I have Music Box of Fate. What would you choose?
Feels appropriate to do Music Box of Fate.
Ooh, okay. It starts very low. I mean, very high. I do it very low, but I don't know. It's weird with the octaves at the start. But
Okay.
okay, let's start.
You want to do Ed Sheeran? That's fine too.
No, no, no. I like Music Box of Fate.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You don't need backing audio and stuff, right? It's
No,
just purely
it
me.
doesn't help me
Yeah.
actually. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
it's a little something.
Endless night, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Round it will play the music box of fate. Then one day, when every melody had been played, through your voice. Oops, sorry.
You're good. You're good. So we
Yeah,
can just work with this. Okay.
yeah,
Your back is like a little flared. Do you
yeah,
spend for your day job? You spend time like at a chair at a desk all day?
yep, yep.
Okay. You've been singing for a little bit.
Yes, I had lessons, like 8 of them,
Okay.
but they stopped a while
Sure.
ago,
But you
and I'm kind of nervous now.
That's all right. I always say this. First of all, let's get this out of the way. Uh, if you're here to do everything perfectly,
Yeah,
I'd send you packing, right? Because then you wouldn't need me, and then you'd be,
yeah,
then someone else would benefit. Right? So, like, we're here because you want to work on the thing. So it doesn't have to be
yeah,
perfect. The other element is this: is that's actually a good thing because, like, we get nervous when we perform.
mhm.
In fact, if you don't, that is the sign that things are about to go terribly.
Yeah.
Every major mistake I've ever had in my career,
I,
I was
I,
totally confident.
yeah, I performed at karaoke's at New Record a few times, and it's like it was a way to try myself nervous. So 120, 150 people listening kind of
Yeah,
puts you on the spot. Yeah.
yeah. So it's good practice. That's what I'm here to help. Okay. So because you have some experience,
Mm-hmm.
and because there's some stuff that's going well, I'm gonna try a couple of shorthands
Mm-hmm.
on getting things working. But I want you to understand a little bit of the foundation of why we're gonna do this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So oftentimes when we sit in our chair, a desk job, we're sitting down like this, right? Long hours. Our hips don't move that much. We might tuck our feet under the chair, whatever. We might lean forward, especially if we're nearsighted. Put our hands out in front of us. All this,
Yeah.
right? So we have all this going on. So what do? Right? Well, that looks fine until I stop putting my body weight forward. Right? So you got a lot of that going on. It does make sense that most people who come to me who hear about me from like VTubing space and stuff, that this is the problem that they have and that they work at a desk job all day, right? So luckily for you, the backlog of lessons on the second channel, there's a lot of people who have this problem. And there's a lot of different exercises. One I like is getting people to move. Okay. Let me get through the all the problems that can happen. I'm gonna decapitate Bob here.
No.
I know. This poor sod. You know?
He still has teeth. Yeah.
All right. This right here by itself is the bane of a lot of people's existence. Okay? It is tied to the scapula. It's called the omohyoid. Okay? So if you want to ascend, the larynx has to be able to raise, and the hyoid bone is on top of the larynx, right? And there's all this connective stuff going on. So this muscle dragging down this bone is going to sabotage your ability to ascend, as well as some other things. It's going to dome your soft palate when you don't want it. Not in this tune. You want to set, it's too difficult. You want all the ergonomics in the world helping you out for this tune. So, because that muscle, the omohyoid, is tied to the scapula, your shoulder blade, because your back is splayed like that, shoulder blades are going down and back. Okay? That's not enough to fix, right? Because now we have to ask the question, what else can be bringing your shoulder blades down and back? Okay. Any number of these, right? This is my problem, is the serratus. This can tighten and then it goes down and back, right? Your lats, your traps, all of it. Okay? So this is a big deal that we have to fix. So we're going to start with some movement, because you can do this for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just do this with your arm.
Yeah, I'm doing.
As you're doing this, try to flex your bicep.
Yeah.
Having a hard time, aren't you?
I don't know. It's like it's kind of hard to.
You can't flex it that easily when you move, right? So we're going to use that idea, okay? I want you to just, we're going to work real slowly on this. I want you to start tilting your head to the side. Before I do this, do you have any, are you sitting?
Yeah, I'm sitting.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have any physical limitations I should know about?
No, nothing.
Okay. Your head is 15 pounds, okay? You tilt it to one direction, just this. Right? Eventually, you're going to have to stop yourself from falling. When that happens, I want you to curve your head last minute in the opposite direction, okay?
Okay.
But like, it's got to be to where, whoop, the movement of your head, and this is going to take you a little bit of time to play around with. The movement of your head alone should be able to stop you from falling. If you got to contract other business and bobs, your timing's a little off. Okay? What's eventually going to happen is that your hips are going to move as well. So we need to do this, okay? Everything should move in relationship to the head.
Okay.
Right? How's that working out?
Yeah, it's interesting. It kind of relaxes my back muscles that I felt like.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Do that for a little bit. I'm going to switch it up on you, okay?
I feel like I have some weird understanding of my muscles in my body, and I feel like physically it doesn't make much sense to me that the
It
head
doesn't
might.
have to yet,
Yeah.
okay? Because it's been like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about, I told you the intellectual concept, okay? It's not going to translate for you in terms of awareness. That's a never-ending process and journey. It doesn't end. Because, like, there's knowledge of your own body, And that's not an intellect. I mean, it's a sort of intellect, but it's not the traditional, like, I'm going to uncontract my serratus, right? How do you know your serratus is contracted? How did you know your bicep was contracted? Right? It's not an,
Proprioception, maybe.
yeah,
I don't know.
kinesthetic awareness. It is not an intellectual exercise. You have to do it. So don't just pay attention to the body. Don't like question it. Listen. Right?
Yeah.
Listen to what's going on to your body. Okay? Once you start getting that motion with your head and it's smooth and it's not jerky, let me know. I imagine it's going to take a few minutes, not going to lie.
It's, I mean, the movement of the head or the body.
Movement of the head.
Yeah.
But if everything's loose and moving, everything else does move.
Yeah.
Right? So the crown of the head should be dictating the movement. Grab, and just the momentum of that should follow.
I started slouching and I didn't even realize it.
That's okay. We're going to actually work on that.
Yeah. Okay.
If you slouch to make it work, there's a reason, and I'm going to work with that reason. So the first thing that's going to happen is your shoulders are going to kind of release a little bit, and because that's pulling you back, you're going to slouch. That's on purpose. I have a plan.
Okay.
All right. Now, it's cozy, yeah?
Yeah.
Say that with a question mark.
I didn't quite catch it.
Is you feeling the motion is easy and not jerky?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Now it's better.
Here's what I want you to do next. Lift one side of your hip up like that. And same thing,
Like
let
I'm
yourself
doing?
fall. So let me get a different angle on the camera real quick, and I'll show you. Actually, no. We'll do this with description. Place your hand on the top of your leg. It's like right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Lift the bone that you're feeling of your hip into your hand. Okay? Right? You're going to tip a
Okay.
certain way, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same exercise. Tip, and then move the hip the other way. And then move the hip the other way. Okay? Do that. Now, as you're doing this, make sure you're breathing into your lower back.
Where am I breathing right now?
What's that?
I'm not sure where I'm breathing right now.
Take
Like-
the back of your hand,
Yeah.
place it on your lower back, okay? You can do this thing you're doing. And as you do this, try to breathe into your lower back.
Okay. My chair is making sounds that it shouldn't supposed to make sounds.
So, the way you can do that, focus on moving the tailbone. Okay? You know what the tailbone is?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Use that small motion. Right.
Okay.
All right. Let me know when it's nice and easy.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to understand.
So what you're doing is you're moving your back muscles by doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. I contract my sides, right?
Yeah, they'll contract. Yeah,
Yeah.
to move. And then you move in the other direction and they let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stretching.
Yep,
Okay.
a little bit.
Wouldn't normal stretching like work for that?
It would, but you wouldn't learn control. Right? So what are you going to do? Stop singing when you have run into a problem and hold on, everybody. Hold on. I got to do a stretch right now. Right?
Well, if you're dancing and singing, maybe I don't do that at all. So yeah.
It's not about it's so eventually, like now, if I take a moment, let me show you. I know I have tension in my traps and serratus as well as my psoas right now. I'm aware of that. I can name the muscles, I can visualize them, and I can let them go a little bit on purpose. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm singing and I'm running into problems, I can self correct on the fly. How do you think I got there? You think I started with that? No.
Yeah,
Right?
makes sense.
So you gotta be able to move it and use it. So
Yeah.
go ahead and do these motions.
Move my chair a little bit. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Good. I hear you committing to the motions, finally. Now sing.
Okay. Where is it?
While in the motion.
While in the motion. Okay.
Yes, while you're moving. You don't have command yet of your body to be like, I'm going to let go of this muscle now. So we are using movement so that your muscles let go. But I need you to associate what that means to your singing. Otherwise, all of this is pointless.
Okay. I also had some habits from my previous teacher. I'm used to singing like on low air, so I breathe out most of my air. But I'm used
Okay.
to talk with a lot of air, so
Whatever your plan is and whatever your conception of singing is,
yeah.
doesn't matter. Okay?
Okay.
We have to, the reason I'm putting you into this motion is so that you're going to find out once you commit to the motion what that does to your singing. That's the first thing. We got to build this vocabulary, this kinesthetic vocabulary.
Okay.
Never sing the same way twice, ever, because the body's too complicated. You're going to wake up the next morning and your plan for singing will go to shit every time. The whole point of a warm up is actually just to figure out what the problems of the day are. Okay?
Makes sense. Yeah.
But you can't. You need a toolkit to problem solve. So I communicated what your problem is and what I'm hearing. I've given you a solution.
Okay.
You don't know why it's a solution yet until you sing, and I work with you. Okay.
Okay.
So do the motion. And by the way, no, there is no such thing as an effective singing exercise that looks cool or is not fundamentally ridiculous.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah. So commit to the motion. It's weird. I get it.
Okay.
It makes sense logically.
Okay.
There's a reason.
Should I start now?
Yeah. Once you feel like by just moving your tailbone, by just moving the tailbone, everything else is moving in response,
Okay.
and that it's easy, then start singing.
Endless nights. I don't know, it's weird.
I know it's weird.
Through every nightmare alone and afraid. Where love conquered hate. Now hate consumes again.
Okay. So
Wait, what did I sing? Okay, that's weird.
hold on. No. So it's weird, but let's point out the cause and effect. You have a much lower resonance going on now than you did before. Then you go up and you're like, ah. But also, part of that has to do with the fact that you're pitched over.
Yeah.
Make sure your knees are soft for me, okay?
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit less ridiculous with the motion. As long as things are moving, we're fine. Okay?
Okay.
Make sure your knees are soft. They're moving. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
When that feels cozy, go ahead and sing.
And I'm not sure how high should I start. And
I think it starts on E. Endless night through every nightmare alone. Afraid. I think that's it.
endless nights, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Around it will play the music box cafe.
Okay. Hold up here.
A lot of things happening. I'm getting lost.
Yeah, good. I'm trying to do that to you. Because you're coming in with a plan. And if you had a mental model of singing and an understanding of singing that led to perfection, I wouldn't touch it, right? Are you a perfect singer?
No.
Okay. Neither am I, by the way. So we have to learn some shit. We have to learn the shit about the body. Right? So you're confused and you don't know what's going on. But in the process of all of this, I'm going to teach you. That's my job, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So here's what's happening. Your back muscles are moving. So that's one problem that's been solved. Stop moving now and go ahead and sing again. You want the note again?
Yeah.
So go ahead and stop moving. Endless night.
Endless nights, through every nightmare alone and afraid.
Okay. Now move.
Endless nights, through every nightmare alone and afraid.
All right. Got a little bit of chest tension going on, right? And put your hand here.
Yeah.
And breathe into that. Sure, it's moving. Okay.
It doesn't move much. I mean,
Yeah, just move a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and do the movement again. This time a little bit more gently. Again, just make sure that things are moving.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your chest. When you feel like you can successfully kind of like pay attention to the movement as well as your chest, breathing it out, making sure it's moving, then go ahead and sing again. Okay?
Endless nights.
Come on.
Yep.
Endless night.
Endless nights, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Around it will play the music box cafe.
Which one felt easier?
I'm not sure. Easier in what?
Which one felt
In
better to
relation to
sing?
Yeah. Last one, I suppose.
If it's got to be a question, or if it's like, if it's an I suppose, then the answer is I don't know. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll tell you a little bit. Sound is a bit more resonant when things move. Okay. So let's do it again without the movement, and let's get to the point in the song where it goes up. Okay. So
Then,
endless night.
Endless nights, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Around it will play the music box cafe. Kind of feel it now. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and move again.
Then one day, when every melody had been played, through your voice,
Stop.
my Yep.
You know where this is going, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna go high.
Well, how does it feel is my question. You think all the notes are going to come out comfortably? You don't know, go for it.
No.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Yeah, because it's gonna go high. I'm not sure how I will pass to that.
It's all right. Let's add the movement. Start again. Endless night.
Endless nights, through every nightmare alone and afraid.
Soften your knees. Soften your
You feel
knees.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Endless night, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Around they will play the music box a fade. Then one day, when every melody had been played.
You're good. No, you know exactly. You know it's not gonna go well, and it won't.
um, it's just I don't know if I should step down and like sing through your voice, my world was.
We're not gonna make musical adjustments for technical problems we're working on in this
Okay,
lesson.
makes sense. Yeah.
The answer would be sure, you know, but not while I'm here and we're working on technical stuff.
Okay.
Because at least you know, right, as you're doing it. Sorry, car alarm. At least you know as you're doing it that it's like, but which one felt better? Can you tell the difference yet?
Mm, a bit, yeah. I noticed earlier that my back is kind of getting restricted. I don't know.
Here's what's happening now. Lower back is a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
Your neck is and your traps are still really tight. Okay. So now we're going to do a stretch. Now
Ah.
we'll do a stretch.
Okay.
Are you in a rolling chair by chance? Like one that has wheels?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I want you to do. And you don't have like hypermobility, right?
No.
Okay. Let me get the second camera up here so I can show you what I'm about.
We had a practice where we took a broom and tried to squeeze it between my hands. It's a bit weird, yeah.
That is weird. That might like stretch out one thing and contract another. Um,
Yeah.
oh,
It's
it's an odd
shoulders
one.
in front of you.
Sorry, I always forget this thing has to be turned on. That tends to help. I'm going to describe it to you while this thing's booting up. Your feet have to give like yourself a lot of support. Okay.
Mhm.
So your feet have to be like you got to have a V in terms of your leg shape, enough distance so that your feet are going to support you as you go down through your legs. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay. You're going to use the fact that the weight of your head is like a nice 15 pounds. All right.
Mhm.
And that we're going to use breath to stretch. It's kind of like a nice like life hack. So let me get this camera up. Oopsies. This is a setup and a half. I can't wait till the standing desk comes.
Ooh.
Oh, it is here, but I have to set it up. But
Ah. Okay.
there we go. Ignore my mess of a room and/or keyboard when I change the camera, please.
Yep.
No, you can judge me. It's okay. It's worth judging. All right.
Yeah. Seen worse. Been worse.
So, all right. Let's see that I have a V shape here. That feet are extended out, just so that when I go down, my butt is nice and on the seat, so I don't fall. Right.
Yeah.
Just by going down, I don't have to hold my legs a certain way. I don't have to hold my knees. I don't have to do anything. Just the orientation of my legs are gonna like keep me safe. If you have to tighten your legs to keep you from falling off the chair, adjust how your weight is distributed. Okay. between your seat and your 2 feet. But you're going to put your head down in between your legs. Okay?
Yeah.
As you do this, breathe both into the lower back and also your traps and neck. Make sure that that's expanding and moving as you breathe into it, okay?
Okay. But my legs kind of stop me
Yeah.
getting more. It's correct, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The legs should kind of like,
Make some pressure. Yeah.
yeah. If your larger leg muscles are contracting, try to adjust to find the easiest position to be in that takes the least effort.
I feel the stretch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just breathe into that. Okay. What's happening, and this is again really common, and this set of exercises, it ends up being something that happens a lot on this channel because of how most people who come on this channel use their body day to day. Your jaw is tight. But your jaw is tight. If I tell you to loosen your jaw, your head's just going to go back because your neck is tight. Your jaw is tight because your neck is tight, because your traps are tight, because your lower back is tight. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so tense. Okay.
Yeah. This is good for you then. So, breathe
Oh.
into.
You froze for a second. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah. Breathe into your lower back and make sure that when you breathe in your lower back that everything is expanding all the way to your neck. And your hips are going to move a little bit as well, I'm not going to lie. Okay?
Yeah, there is a little bit, actually.
Yeah. Breathe into it real nice. You can put your hands on your jaw and kind of massage your jaw a little bit.
Yeah, my jaw is a bit weird. I have like clicking when I yawn and stuff, and I have been doing like this movement around my jaw, so it's weird.
The muscle's more my concern.
Yeah.
So the clicking is going to come from the joints. We're not going to do anything crazy. It's just the muscles on the side, like
Yeah.
right above where the jaw kind of changes direction towards the ears. There's a
Yeah.
muscle in between your teeth.
That actually reduces clicking. Like,
It reduces
right
clicking.
now,
Okay,
fine.
that's good.
Yeah. It is actually like jaw problem. I had my orthodontist like explain me
So this is helping?
deal with that. Yeah.
I knew it would. I'm good like that. That's not true. I had no idea, but I'm glad it's helping.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Now, while you're holding out the stretch and you're massaging your jaw, go ahead and sing. Also, I'll give you a note. Endless night.
Endless night.
Hold on here.
Yeah.
Because you're in this position, your exhale is going to be like weird for you. You're going to want to be a little bit more gentle than you usually would with your exhale, okay? Just a little bit, not too much. Explain why.
Wait, I should go down? What should I?
When you're in the stretch, sing.
Then my microphone is not going to be there.
I'll hear it.
Oh, okay. I can point it down a little bit.
That'll help too.
This is weird. Okay.
Yeah, it is weird. No good singing exercise is like cool looking.
Endless nights through every endless nights.
Your chest is tight again. Go ahead and put your hand in your chest and breathe.
I'm kinda I pushed off the ground for some reason. Okay. Endless nights, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Round we play, the music box a fade. Then one day, when every melody had been played.
Stop for a second.
Yeah.
Let your arms dangle.
They're a bit too long for that.
Okay. Here, go ahead and sit up. I'll change it up, okay? Okay.
Yep.
So now we're going to get into the specifics of the different back muscles, all right? How was the jaw feeling, and how was the chest feeling, and all that lower back stuff? Feeling a little bit better?
Yeah, back is much better.
Right.
Being stretched out like that.
So now you have this other muscle here. This is now your problem. This muscle's tight. Okay?
How is that?
So we're going to do a
What
stretch.
is that?
This is the serratus,
Okay.
right? So remember how I said that all this, just this, if this is down, you're going to have a hard time. Remember? Scapula? Remember why I said that?
Because it tensions the something.
Omohyoid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
the name. Yeah.
So, congrats.
Wrong one.
We've gotten a lot of this out of the way, and a lot of the lower back, and now it's not affecting your neck, but this muscle is now still pulling on it, okay? So we've done a lot of stretches that bring you forward and moving side to side, but we haven't targeted the muscles that like hold your arm in place, right? So you kind of got this going on. So hold on to your elbows here, like this, over your head,
Yeah.
and just go from one side to the other like this. Do you feel these muscles right here? A little bit?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So those are tight. So we gotta release those, okay?
Actually, after exercising, you can move it different ways. I don't know how deep you're going, what part of my body I'm stretching, and like you, it does other things. It's kind of weird, interesting.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it does stretch the muscle that you're showing.
Okay. I'm gonna give you the starting note. As you're doing the stretch, try to keep all that nice, relaxed jaw, all the muscles that we just stretched out. Okay.
Yeah.
Endless night.
Endless night.
Chest. Chest a little tight.
Oh.
So almost a little inevitable because you're raising your arms
Yeah.
a little bit,
I'm trying to.
right?
Yeah, I
But
need to.
you can kind of loosen them up a little bit. But let's acknowledge the fact that they're going to be a little tight and a little contracted. They don't have to be as much as they are right now, though.
Let's focus on the sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Endless nights, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Round the wood play.
Make sure your stomach is moving.
Yeah. The music box a fade.
You feel the difference there?
Yeah. Then one day, when every melody had been played. Yeah, I should
Right.
start from the beginning, I guess.
Yeah. But it's easier, yeah?
Yeah, it's interesting to feel it while you're singing.
Yeah. But that's what will teach you what's going on. Give me 1 second. My dog is being a lunatic and trying to scrape the door down. Let me just let him in.
Show the dog.
I was gone for like 2 seconds. God, you're needy. Okay, yeah. All right. I closed the door for 20 minutes, you know. It's terrifying for him. All right.
Dog alert.
What's that?
Dog alert.
Yeah.
It's just nothing.
So, all right. That's one part of the equation. Okay. So the reason I did all of this will affect your breath and it will affect a lot of other things. But a big fundamental part of vowels, or a big, I'm going to put you down. You got to get down. Let's. All right. Okay. So that's one part of singing is breath and all that. The other part is like vowels. Okay. Hodgepodge has a really good video on this. It's academic because he's an academic. But if you're interested in like why this is important, there's a video on my channel called like Pro Vocal Expert, I think, because he didn't want to give away his field. But it's Pro Vocal Expert, like criticizing my video, whatever. But the point is this: is that when we have different vowels, the TLDR is that it makes singing a lot easier. So right now, here's what you're doing. Endless night, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Right?
Yeah.
Here's what we need to do. Endless night, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Right? Ignore the vibrato at the end there. Have it. So we need to change your vowels. That's going to make your life easier, okay?
Yeah.
So to do that, right now you're kind of used to being pulled down. So your tongue is kind of going like a little back. Now, if I had told you to move your tongue forward, you would have done so despite a lot of crap pulling down your tongue. Okay? So, because of that omohyoid that I pointed out, that thing that's pulling your larynx down, guess what else it pulls down? It pulls down your tongue. So I told you to like all of this, well, beyond just helping with the breath, okay? And there was some nasality and stuff like that. That's gone. Well, the jaw tension's better off. Now we got to work on vowels. Okay? So, play with moving your tongue and jaw around and see what sounds you can get. You see how there's like more resonance coming in?
At what point?
I could tell you, but I'm not going to be around during your practice session, so we got to find it.
Try it again,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hold on. Back tension's creeping back in, okay? So here's what we're going to do. You're going to go back into that stretch, going where you're going forward in front of the chair, and then you're going to do this thing, okay? Because again, if your back is tight, this exercise is not going to help you with the vowel stuff, okay?
Okay. Let's go down again. Isn't this kind of... Oh, oops. What's the word for it? Like the badgie pose?
Not quite.
Like,
there's a difference. But let's do this. I'll answer that question after we do a little bit, okay?
Okay.
And do all that on chest. If your chest's not tight, okay? Be a bit more gentle with the exhale, because in this position you kind of need to. So it's not just your chest, it's like the top of your chest right here. Right? You can think of the chest there's more to it, but for our purposes, pec major, pec minor, and this thing that has way too long of a name. Okay? It's right below the collarbone. That's tight for you, okay? Put your hand there. Go ahead and breathe into it.
Down or not?
right below the collarbone. Make sure that can move. Okay. Stomach is tight. Chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to the movement a little bit. We're going to use that as like a shortcut to try and get everything moving, okay? Massage your jaw.
Yeah, it's like trying to pat your tummy and.
Here's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We did all this work to release a lot of back tension. Okay. Now it's kind of back, no pun intended. So as I'm telling you to go like, your neck is cranked back like this. So like you're like you're doing all this kind of weird stuff just to get it out. So instead of sticking the tongue outside your mouth, okay, and try to be aware of your back as best you can. The movement will help. The stretch will help. Okay. Nice. Feel that difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaw's a little tight. Keep doing what you're doing, but your jaw's not as tight.
It is kind of okay. Let me move my headset a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel how there's something that's happening that's kind of coming in and out? Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a resonance, like how far I'm moving my jaw, maybe? You mean that?
There's so many things that move. I'm not going to be able to give you an answer and point out every single thing in like the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's more important is, can you feel the difference? Can you feel when you have resonance?
Yeah.
You can. Comes in.
You mean like the at which point relating to my tongue, right?
The sound that, like the way that you're experiencing the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's change the vowel. So the or ah. Move your back. Stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how to do an ah vowel, right? You've said cat before in your life, right? So don't think about it too much, okay? Ah. Right? Play around with your tongue.
This point feels like most powerful. I don't know.
Yeah. So some of it's going into your nose, but that's what it was happening at the start before we stretched out your back. So you had a question, why don't I just stretch? This is why. You have a habit. You hold yourself up a certain way, hours upon hours a day. Stretch all you want. You're going to get back into that position, okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much you stretch. That's what you're used to using your body as. So the movement stuff, not optional, right? Because usage matters just as much as how tight something is. So.
Okay, let me wrap my head around. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Let me demonstrate, because we don't have a lot of time left. Yeah. I'm going to demonstrate what this work. Ideally, like we get to a point where you experience what the consequences of this work are. Right? I don't think we're going to get there in the next like 5 minutes. Because like I've given you a lot and I've explained to you the problems. Like what's happening, how to solve them. And I'm telling you, don't worry, bruh. It's going to work out if you just do the things. Let me demonstrate it so you can actually hear what this is, all right? Endless night, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Round it would play the music box of faith, and one day when every melody had been played, through your voice my world was found. That's what was going to happen, right? That's I'm a higher voice than you, so it sounds a little different. But that's how you started today's lesson, okay? Here's what we're going for. This is without all of my extra operatic nonsense. This is just what we were trying to do. So. Endless night, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Round it would play the music box of fate. Then one day, when every melody had been played, through your voice my world was found. There's no vibrato in that, because I didn't tell you about that and how that works. But you would have been able to get to your high note, right? Then we can add all the vibrato and all that stuff, and we can get found, right?
Yeah.
I can teach you how to do that, but not if the other stuff isn't working.
I can attempt that. It's like I'm singing to myself, so it's like no embarrassment. But right now,
Sure.
it's like, you know.
But it's, again, it's like we got to be able to do this under nerves, right?
Yeah.
Because that's life. A lot of people are really good in the shower. Doesn't do much of anything for other people. So, and the thing is if you have control over your body, you can undo a lot of these problems. Okay? But you have to know what they are.
Yeah.
Okay? So, just what I've given you today will get you to the point where you'll be able to navigate that transition. Okay? So what do we go over?
The back. The
Okay.
tongue.
Why? Why did we stretch out the back?
Because like the breath that I take, something about the breath.
That does have something to do with it, yeah.
Yeah.
But what was the muscle that's pulling down the larynx?
The side.
Not quite.
The under the collarbone, you mean? Or
All of those do matter, and all those were points of tension. But on a basic principle, this thing is this thing right here, the femohyoid, is attached to the scapula. Any of these larger muscles pulling down on the scapula will affect your tongue. Your tongue is what makes vowels. Vowels are what allow you to have resonance. Resonance is what will allow you to have a lot of vocal freedom. Okay?
It's kind of weird, like the vowels, endless night. It's like,
Okay, but here's how you're achieving that. Endless night. That's not gonna work.
yeah, and I know that's the wrong way, but endless nights.
Let me show you how I get a chonky sound that projects over an orchestra. Okay? Let me show you how I do it. Building block by building block. Start with the most obnoxiously bright vowel humanly possible. And I'm going to track my false hold. And listen. It's all bright as shit. Look at my tongue. And listen I through every nightmare alone and afraid. Right? People who want to cosplay opera You never want to learn it, not the real shit. Oh, and listen, that's what they'll do. That's not going to project over an orchestra, and it's not ergonomic. You won't be able to sing for very long periods of time, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like what you want it to sound like, but you're not there yet, right? There's other things that I have not taught you that will get you the darker sound that you aspire to have, but you'll not get there. And by the way, like just the back tension and all the tension issues alone will get you a chunkier sound, which you had moments of, by the way. You go ahead and listen back to it. Because here's the other thing, and this is what might be happening. You're listening,
Yeah.
but what you hear is affected by bone conduction. So what you think sounds deeper and resonant just sounds swallowed to us.
I have a feedback, so I'm kind of trying to listen to myself too, but it's
Okay.
not full. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it's right, and it can feel strident, especially if you're coming from a place where your tongue was back. Okay? But Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
Okay.
It takes time.
Yeah.
So, like, I threw a lot at you. I gotta get to the next student. Practice what I taught you, okay? And singing will feel easier. Once it feels easy, we can start doing shit, okay? But if it doesn't feel easy, it doesn't matter what we do, because then we're just correcting tension by adding more tension in the hopes that it's going to work, and it won't.
Yeah.
Trust me, I made that mistake for years. Okay?
Okay.
Patience.
Okay.
All right. Gotta get to the next
That's
person,
it
okay?
then. Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.